Gujarat Giants vs UP Warriors, 17th match highlights. Gujarat Giants have won the toss and have opted to bat. Dunkley and Wolvaardt are at the crease. Dunkley is on strike. Anjali Sarvani will open the attack. 0.3 Anjali Sarvani to Wolvaardt, 4, shot. Back of a length ball outside off. Wolvaardt uses the angle to good effect and guides it through third man to find the fence. 1.1 Gayakwad to Dunkley, 4, well played. Tossed up ball around off. Dunkley comes down the track and lifts it over mid-off for a boundary. 1.2 Gayakwad to Dunkley, 4, back-to-back boundaries. Dunkley is looking fluid. Flighted delivery around off. Dunkley uses her feet and goes inside out over extra cover to find the ropes once again. 1.6 Gayakwad to Wolvaardt, 6, hammered. Wolvaardt is once again nimble on her feet, converts the tossed-up ball into a half volley, and tonks it over long on for a maximum. The connection was brilliant. 15 from the over. 3.1 Deepti Sharma to Dunkley, 4, Dunkley comes down the track and gets a freebie on her pads. Whipped away through square leg and there's no stopping that. 3.3 Deepti Sharma to Wolvaardt, 6, clean as a whistle. Long on had come in place before this ball but Wolvaardt was brave enough to take the risk. 4.1 Anjali Sarvani to Wolvaardt, out bowled. Anjali Sarvani strikes and she is pumped up. She comes from round the wicket and bowls a length ball on middle, and gets it to seam in and skid through. Wolvaardt is caught in her crease as she tries to keep it out but gets beaten. The ball crashes into the stumps. Wolvaardt fails to convert her start. 4.3 Anjali Sarvani to Harleen Deol, 4, classy. Anjali Sarvani comes back to round the wicket and bowls a half volley outside off. 5.1 Gayakwad to Dunkley, out caught by Anjali Sarvani. One wicket brings another one in quick succession. Both the openers are back in the hunt now. Gayakwad sees Dunkley coming down the track and tosses this one nicely outside off. Dunkley is not quite to the pitch of it but tries to play an expansive shot still. 5.2 Gayakwad to Hemalatha, 4, poor fielding. Short ball outside off, Hemalatha cuts it towards point. 5.6 Gayakwad to Harleen Deol, out caught by Simran Sheikh. Gujarat are suddenly in some trouble. Smart bowling from Gayakwad once again and she gets her second wicket in the over. 6.3 Parshavi Chopra to Hemalatha, 4, tossed up ball in line of the stumps. Hemalatha takes a confident stride forward and lifts it over Madone for a one-bounce boundary. 8.2 Anjali Sarvani to Hemalatha, 4, nicely done. Pitched up ball outside off, Hemalatha waits for it, opens her bat face and drives it past the left of backward point for a rollicking boundary. 9.5 Gayakwad to Hemalatha, 4, poor ball and duly punished. A half-tracker on off, Hemalatha pulls it hard through mid-wicket. 9.6 Gayakwad to Hemalatha, 6, what a shot. Tossed up ball on off, Hemalatha shimmies down the track and smashes it over long on and the ball sails over the fence. She is growing in confidence. 12 from the over. 10.1 Grace Harris to Gardner, 4, short ball outside off, a freebie, Gardner rocks back and cuts it through extra cover. 10.4 Grace Harris to Hemalatha, 4, these are easy runs on offer. Hemalatha comes down the track and it's a full toss wide outside off, hit away over extra cover for a rocketing boundary. 11.1 Ecclestone to Gardner, 4, that one went like a rocket. Drifting in on middle and leg, Gardner hammers it back. 11.3 Ecclestone to Gardner, 6, the 50-run stand comes up between these two. Tossed up ball on middle, Gardner comes down the track and heaves it towards deep mid-wicket. 11.4 Ecclestone to Gardner, 4, this is shoddy fielding. Short ball outside off, cut away towards point where the fielder makes a meal of it to concede the boundary. 12.3 Deepti Sharma to Hemalatha, 6, Hemalatha uses her feet and hammers the low full toss over deep mid-wicket. A flat maximum, that was hit with authority. 13.5 Gayakwad to Gardner, 4, on a length around off, Gardner uses her feet and drives it uppishly towards lawn off. 14.1 Parshavi Chopra to Gardner, 4, shot. A bit shorter in length on off, Gardner camps back and cuts it with a spin through extra cover for another boundary. 15.4 Deepti Sharma to Hemalatha, 6, 50 up for Hemalatha. It has been a terrific knock from her and her teammates are applauding her effort. 15.5 Deepti Sharma to Hemalatha, 4, Hemalatha is toying with the field. Full ball outside off. 16.1 Parshavi Chopra to Hemalatha, out caught by McGrath. Hemalatha departs but not before playing a brilliant knock. Tossed up ball outside off, Hemalatha uses her feet and goes for a big hit down the ground as she tries to clear long on. However, she hasn't found enough power behind the shot. The ball flies towards McGrath in the deep and she makes no mistake. 16.4 Parshavi Chopra to Gardner, 6, just over long off. Tossed up ball outside off, Gardner clears her front leg and lifts it towards long off. 17.3 Deepti Sharma to Gardner, 4, 50 up for Gardner and it's her second half-century in her last 4 games. 17.4 Deepti Sharma to Gardner, 6, Deepti Sharma switches to round the wicket and bowls a slot ball on middle. Gardner clears her front leg and heaves it over deep mid-wicket for a maximum. 18.1 Parshavi Chopra to Gardner, out-stumped. Gardner departs after playing a great knock. Tossed up generously outside off, it's the googly. Gardner comes down the track and swings at it but the ball spins to go past her inside edge. Healy collects it and effects an easy stumping. 19.2 Ecclestone to Sushma Verma, 4, tossed up ball on off. Sushma Verma kneels down and sweeps it nicely over mid-wicket. 19.4 Ecclestone to Ashwini Kumari, out LBW. That's plumb. Quicker one coming in with the arm from round the wicket. Ashwini Kumari looks to heave it across but misses to be wrapped on the pads. Ecclestone appeals and the umpire raises his finger. Oh, the replay shows that Ashwini Kumari had probably got an inside edge onto her pads. Gujarat will be happy with their batting performance after electing to bat first. Gaikwad was impressive with her spin too. 179 won't be an easy chase but remember that, Gujarat couldn't defend 188 against Bangalore in their last game. A win in this game will ensure UP qualify for the playoffs. Devi Kavadia and Healy are at the crease. Devi Kavadia is on strike. Kim Garth will open the attack. 0.6 Kim Garth to Healy, 4, shot. Full ball on off, Healy uses her feet and powers it over the bowler's head for a boundary. Hit with authority. 1.2 Monica Patel to Healy, 4. Short ball angling into Healy. She gets into position quickly and pulls it towards deep square leg. 1.3 Monica Patel to Healy, 4, back-to-back boundaries. A freebie on the pads, Healy accepts the gift and whips it past the diving short fine fielder to find the fence again. 1.5 Monica Patel to Healy, out caught by Harleen Deol. Healy departs. Monica Patel strikes and she is cock-a-hoop. Back of a length ball on middle. Not that short to go for the pull shot but Healy takes it on. Is not control of her shot as the ball flies towards deep square leg. Deol station there doesn't need to move an inch and takes an easy catch. Ideal start for Gujarat. 2.3 Kim Garth to Kiran Navjire, 4, on a length outside off. Kiran Navjire comes down the track and check her shot. Manages to get it over wide mid-off. Gardner from mid-off tracks it down and slides near the fence to flick the ball in play. The third umpire checks for the boundary. 2.4 Kim Garth to Kiran Navjire, out caught by Wolvaardt. A soft dismissal. Shortish ball around off, Kiran Navjire tries to pull it across the line but is hurried by the extra pace on it. Ends up getting a top edge as the ball flies towards midone. Wolvaardt settles under it and pouches it safely. 3.2 Gardner to Devi Kavadia, 4, tossed up around the pads. Glanced away nicely towards backward square leg. 3.3 Gardner to McGrath, 4, tossed up ball outside off. McGrath leans into it and caresses it through extra cover to find the fence. 4.2 Tanuja Kanwar to McGrath, 4, well played. On a length on middle and leg, McGrath turns it through square leg. Finds the gap and gets the desired result. 4.3 Tanuja Kanwar to McGrath, 4, dropped. Misjudgment from Tanuja Kanwar and she is disappointed. Tossed up ball on a leg on off, McGrath uses her feet and chips it towards Tanuja Kanwar. 4.5 Tanuja Kanwar to Devi Kavadia, out-stumped. Tanuja Kanwar gets the better of Devi Kavadia and Gujarat keep chipping away at the wickets. Devi Kavadia comes down the track and the bowler bowls it flatter outside off this time. Devi Kavadia expects it to turn and plays down the wrong line. The ball goes straight and goes past her outside edge. Sushma Verma behind the stumps does the rest. 5.1 Sneh Rana to McGrath, 4, welcome to the crease, Sneh Rana. Tossed up ball outside off, McGrath drills it through extra cover to find the fence. 5.4 Sneh Rana to McGrath, 4, this is good batting from McGrath. She drills the tossed up ball outside off through wide mid-off to find the boundary once again. 5.5 Sneh Rana to McGrath, 4, on a length outside off. McGrath gets under it and lofts it over extra cover for back-to-back boundaries. This is smart batting. 7.4 Monica Patel to Grace Harris, 4, what timing. Back of a length ball outside off, slanting away. Grace Harris stays low in her stance and cuts it expertly through covers. The sweeper cover has no chance to cut it off. 7.5, Monica Patel to Grace Harris, 4, this is batting according to the field. Short of a length ball around off. 8.1, Sneh Rana to McGrath, 4, in the gap once again. Full ball outside off, McGrath carves it away through point and finds the fence. 8.4, Sneh Rana to McGrath, 4, innovative. McGrath shuffles a long way across her crease and Sneh Rana follows her. Right in her arc and she slog sweeps it over mid-wicket for a boundary. The runs keep coming. 10.1, Garth to McGrath, 4, length ball on off, McGrath backs away and hits it on the up. Has got enough on it to clear the fielder at mid-off and picks up her 9th boundary of the innings. 10.5, Garth to McGrath, 1 run, the 50-run stand comes up between the two. Pitched up ball outside off, driven down to long off for a single. 11.2, Harleen Deol to Grace Harris, 6, in the arc, out of the park. Tossed up ball outside off, Grace Harris brings out her long levers into play and tonks it over wide long on to clear the ropes with ease. 11.3, Harleen Deol to Grace Harris, 4, typical response from the bowler after being hit down the ground. Short ball outside off. 11.5, Harleen Deol to Grace Harris, 6, crunched. Tossed up full ball outside off, Grace Harris kneels down and slog sweeps it over deep mid-wicket. 12.3, Tanuja Kanwar to McGrath, 4, 50 up for McGrath. It has been a classy knock from her and she gets a big round of applause from her teammates. She knows her job is not done yet. 12.6, Tanuja Kanwar to McGrath, 4, brilliant batting. On a length around off, McGrath shuffles a bit, crouches and pulls it over backward square leg for another boundary. 13.4, Gardner to McGrath, out caught by Sneh Rana. This is a big breakthrough for Gujarat. Just what they needed. Gardner tosses it up nicely outside off and pulls her length back a bit. McGrath uses her feet and tries to go over extra cover perhaps but is not quite of the pitch of it. She ends up miscuing it towards wide long off and doesn't have enough power and elevation behind the shot. Sneh Rana in the deep makes no mistake. 14.2, Sneh Rana to Grace Harris, 4, streaky but counts. Very full ball outside off, Grace Harris actually does well to carve it away past the keeper. 14.5, Sneh Rana to Deepti Sharma, 4, poor ball and duly punished. A juicy full toss outside off, Grace Harris hits it hard over wide mid-on. There's no protection in the deep and she finds the fence. 14.6, Sneh Rana to Deepti Sharma, out caught by Gardner. Gujarat keep chipping away at the wickets. Tossed up ball on the pads, Deepti Sharma comes down the track and tries to clear mid-on with her chip shot but doesn't get the required timing. The ball flies towards Gardner who moves to her left from mid-on and takes the catch. 15.1, Monica Patel to Grace Harris, 4, innovative. Grace Harris shuffles across and gets a good length ball outside off. She scoops it past the keeper and the ball races to the fine leg fence. 16.2, Tanuja Kanwar to Grace Harris, 4, Grace Harris is playing a gem of a knock. 50 up for Harris and it's her second 50 in the WPL against Gujarat. She comes down the track and hammer it through extra cover. 16.3, Tanuja Kanwar to Grace Harris, 4, juicy full toss outside off, Grace Harris shuffles across and hammers it over wide mid-on and gets a one-bounce boundary. She is taking the game away from Gujarat. 17.4, Gardner to Grace Harris, 6, Grace Harris finds the boundary just when needed. Short ball outside off, Grace Harris gets into position quickly and nails the pull over square leg and it seems like the ball has hit the boundary cushion on the full. 18.2, Garth to Ecclestone, 4, timely boundary. Poor ball with no protection behind covers. Overpitched outside off. Ecclestone slices it over covers and gets the desired result. 18.4, Garth to Grace Harris, 6, gone. Pitched up ball outside off, Grace Harris shuffles across and tonks it over long on. The connection is good and the fielder near the fence can only see it sailing over her and the ropes. 18.5, Garth to Grace Harris, out caught by Harleen Deol. Grace Harris departs after a terrific knock. Is there a twist in the game? Cross seam delivery outside off. Grace Harris goes for another big hit down the ground but doesn't get the desired connection. The ball hits the toe end of her bat and flies down the ground towards long on. Deol at long on takes it easily. 7 needed from 7 balls. 19.4, Sneh Rana to Ecclestone, out Simran Sheikh run out. 1 run completed. Ecclestone uses her feet and hits the full toss towards long on. She calls her partner through for the couple as Gardner throws it back to Sneh Rana. Simran Sheikh is struggling to make her crease as the bowler takes the bails off. It is sent upstairs and she is a goner. 2 needed from 2 now, 19.5. Sneh Rana to Ecclestone, 4, cheeky shot and Ecclestone has done it. She is delighted and UP have won a tight game. Full ball outside off, Ecclestone shuffles across and lap sweeps it past short fine leg.